welcome today, my YouTube channel followers. I'm so excited to be back today, and I remember I told you that I was going to be sharing a beautiful novel that I'm so passionate about and I loved. I really loved the book, and that I had to finish reading the book in a day. It was like I lived in this author's world, and it was as the author sort of like took me right into her lifestyle, her ways of being, and it's amazing how being an educator, one thing that resonates with me is how she sort of like navigated the school system because she struggled to read, but then she overcame it. But how did she do this? By becoming a comedian in the class. Some of us, we have what we call the class clowns in the classroom, but I mean, it's phenomenal how, until she was caught red-handed. And this author is no one else but Tiffany Haddish, the last black unicorn. Amazingly, when I picked up this book and I was like, why would she call herself the last black unicorn? The unicorn is the horse that has that very long, horn protruding from the forehead. But how come she doesn't look like someone with a, with a horn right at the forehead? But one thing I loved the way she wrote is that it was so simple that, when they tell you that an author takes you to the crescendo and then drops you and then goes back and using everyday language, you don't need the dictionary to read this book. It's like she writes the way she talks. You find yourself actually hearing her voice as you're reading it. It's like she's talking to you, like, listen to me. This is what happened to me. Listen to me. Can you hear my voice? And again, it's just how she went through, the ups and downs of life again, going from, not being, struggling with education to her teacher finding out that, oh, she really struggled with reading and then trying to find a job, and how, most importantly, how she met one friend. Again, who is that friend? How she met what's her name? Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett. How she met Jada Pinkett, who sort of like was the one who's like, you know what? Hey, drop it, that girl. Drop that ugly bag. That if you want to get into the Hollywood, it's not a bag with a broken zipper that you can take into Nollywood. Wow. She had a friend who sort of like took her away from, placed her in a place, put her in a place of open doors. Who is that friend that you have? I mean, so many of us have friends who are just friends for drinking, friends for social purposes. But who is that friend that will say, you know what, I see this in you. I see this remarkable gift that you exude. I see this wonderful gift that you exude, and it's going to like take you places. It's going to say, you know what, let's do this together. And you know what, Tiffany Haddish says that after acting, oh gosh, you just need to read this book. After acting Trip Girl, oh, the places where, the places where she never believed she could be. And the rest is history. I mean, I reading her story of how she tried to become a lady, a comedian in a male-dominated world. Ooh, Tiffany Haddish, I bow for you, because you thrived. You did everything you could do. Writing comedy, standing there on the stage and trying to be funny. And you're still funny. I tell you, you're still funny. I look at your face sometimes when I watch some of your movies or when I listen to some of your comedy shows, and I'm like, I wonder how so real you are. You exude so much passion about what you do. And I tell you, that's a big sign for so many of us, so many people who want to excel in life, to come out simple. What is it in you? Reading your book just resonates with me as a mother, as an educator, that what is it in you? What is that passion in you that will you just need that aha moment. Just that aha moment that will, like, you know what? This is the time for me to excel. This is the time for me to thrive. This is the time for me to excel and be the best. You know, for those of you watching, don't forget to subscribe, but I will encourage you. You know, like I mentioned in my former video where I spoke about Brian Stevenson's Just Mercy, you know, I will not read. I just want you to get this book. Tiffany, Haddish, or the publishers did not pay me to talk about this book, but this is What's with JoAnn again, and I'm sharing my passion with all of you out there who would love to read. You know, this is something I've decided to do on my own because I love to read. I really love to read. And I read this book in a day. To tell you the fact, I could not drop this book. I could just not drop the book. Immediately I listened to Tiffany Haddish, and you know, she was a guest in Helen DeGeneres show, you know, and she talks about this book. Instantly, I went online, boom, 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 on Amazon, and I ordered this book, and I got it within a day. I mean, I'm a Prime subscriber, so I got it within 2-3 days. And the minute of, unfortunately, I was reading another book when this book came in. But the minute I picked this book, I lived in Tiffany Haddish's world, The Last Black Unicorn. Go get your copy, read it, live in Tiffany's world for a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, depending on how fast you read and how much you want to digest of her reading. But I tell you, this is a book written in everyday's language, in simplified language, that you find yourself all sucked into Tiffany's world. You know, enjoy this good read. And next, we will be talking about no one else but someone else I also adore, whose memoir I'm just going to be reading today. No one else but Alicia Keys, More Myself. A lovely artist, a lovely mother. So subscribe so you can get notified when I talk about Alicia Keys' book, More Myself. Do have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next week.